We're on.
Alright. Hey, how's it going? It's Preflight and Sparty here with Kagaraya doing our lists for poison type. Now, we do have two special guests here.
Here we go.
In Tyler and Blake. Blake is Jake's little brother,
yes.
And Tyler is Blake's friend. You guys are welcome to say hi if you want to. But
That's
they're
a
gonna
no.
remain silent because they are assholes.
All right, guys.
All right.
Before we start, I'm gonna give you guys a quote on life.
Doing quotes again.
Here we go. It's by Robert Frost, and his quote is:
I like Fog's son
in
better.
3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Boinger. Okay.
All right.
So we start with poison.
Yep, I start with poison. Okay. My number. Thank you.
Keep going. I've been burping all day today.
This is a perfect moment. That's a perfect moment to start with poison types. That burp is noxious, along with that smell, whatever that smell is.
That would be a mixture of like bananas and.
I swear to God, Nick's here. I swear to God,
He's gotta be.
He's here with spirit and smell.
Yeah.
We currently relocated from Ian's basement to Jake's, and
I hope this picks up all my chewing.
That's
It's
last
the whole video.
It's gonna be
just
your
me
bag.
chewing.
It's gonna be the bag. Can you like move it away a little bit, Len?
You know, see the last video.
You're an asshole.
That's what it was.
All right. Well, number 5
What are you
for
talking
me.
about? I didn't eat anything last video.
No, for me, because I had the chips. I was just eating and chomping the whole video. Anyways, Cav, go.
Okay.
Is that recording?
Yeah, it's should be.
It is.
It is. All right.
Oh, there we go.
My
Okay,
number
feel better
5 is surprisingly a Gen 1 Pokemon.
Ooh.
Yeah. My number 5 is Muck.
Nice. Did you know muck backwards is cum? Oh my God, Tyler, it's going in my water.
Thank you for telling us that
Okay.
Muck backward is
Yeah. Okay, dude, that's
Jesus
too much.
Dude, stop it. No, you're gonna kill us. We're talking about poison types here. He's polluting the air.
Yeah, this
just
video is so fitting.
It's just so very fitting.
I'm trying to eat nacho cheese, and the smell of fresh fragrance enters my nose.
Not a good combination.
No, not at all.
Alright, well, number 5, Muck. Poison type is weird with me. I didn't start liking poison type till recently.
I don't really see poison type as a very strong type.
It's
I hate
really
poison.
bulky. That's about all it is. Poison is mainly bulky.
It's not on the attack side.
hope poison
you know?
dies.
It's not the type of Pokemon that you'd usually have playing through the game. Poison can't. I don't think poison types can die because they're like death itself.
Yeah.
But Muck is interesting to me. It's a pile of toxic ooze.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. There's not much to it.
The thing with poison is it's not good against
the
anything
thing about
except
poison
grass.
is that's actually Blake. Blake is a big Koga fan. That's his favorite trainer. And actually, Blake's favorite Pokemon is Coughing, so that would be his number.
The other thing is, it's only...
Your favorite Pokemon's Coughing?
Yep, and Nidoking. And Nidoking. Nidoking's his second favorite, so...
The only way poison would be good is against a pure grass type. Or grass, because a lot of grass is grass poison. Or grass bug.
Yeah. There's not too many pure poison type Pokemon.
But it's...
Muck's one of the few.
Muck's one of the few, along with some.
I argue that it should be good against fighting, but...
They do need to fix poison because poison is crap. But yeah, so
Yeah.
and it has 2 weaknesses with psychic and ground, and it only has 1 super effective. That's just not right. But yeah, so that's my number 5 is Monk. I don't have much to say about him because poison isn't exactly my favorite.
Okay. My number 5 is Victory Bell. And many people are probably a little baffled about this pick here. James actually gets a Victory Bell later on in the series. But anyways, Victory Bell...
And eats James out a lot.
Yes, Victory
He
Bell
likes it.
is a grass and poison type Pokemon.
He takes his vines up the ass. What?
He is the 3rd form, or the final form, of Bellsprout.
Bellsprout.
And I always thought that Victory Bell kind of looked cool in a weird way. I don't know why. Maybe it was just because... Ian, do you have a Victory Bell Pokemon card?
It is...
Like an original Victory Bell Pokemon card?
No.
You know how rare that is to get?
It's better than a...
Fantastic.
It's better than
That's probably
a...
why I liked them at first. Just because his card
Smells
was
so
really
good
rare.
down here now.
You're trying to kill us, Tyler.
But Victory Bell's a good Pokemon. I mean, I think I honestly...
It's better than Weeping Bell, which is just a blow mouth job machine.
Yeah. I actually
Low
like
mop
Weaving Bell, though. I like all of them. Bellsprout, Weaving Bell, and Victory Bell.
I like Bellsprout,
I'm just a huge
but
fan.
I'm not a like the grass Pokemon in Gen 1. I'm not a huge fan of.
See, but the thing with Victory Bell
I
is
don't-
that he's a rare grass Pokemon.
I'm not, except in Gen 2. And you get him right off the bat. Bellsprout Tower.
True.
But
Still
like,
gotta trade to get him, though. Or is it a Leaf Stone?
You just did them.
but
I think, no, you have to use a Leaf Stone on Weeping Bell.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I'm not a huge fan of like the whole. I'm not a huge fan of the Oddish line. I'm not a huge fan of the.
I don't like anything that's poison. I really don't. Like,
I'm not even a fan of like Tangela. I'm not a huge fan of the grass types in Gen 1 minus the Bulbasaur line because
Yeah.
you can't not love any of the starters in Gen 1.
But even in Pokemon Stadium, or I mean Pokemon Snap, I'm sorry, when you finally are able to snap Victory Bell, I just thought that was so cool. You gotta knock the Weeping Bell in, and it evolves, and it's just really cool. I like
Quite a few
I like Victory Bell. Reason being, I just think he is a rare grass Pokemon that, I mean, he does get recognition just because he's in the anime, but still, right now, if you're gonna choose some poison and grass type, you're not gonna choose a Victory Bell.
No,
I would
absolutely
choose a
not.
Victory Bell, but I don't think you would.
I would not.
And that's why he's my number 5.
Do I have any grass poisons? Well, yeah, I do,
You?
but
yeah. Poison was tough for me because every single one of my poison guys except one was Gen 1. And it's not me being a Gen 1 or anything like that. It's just that I hate poison types. I really do. Like, there's nothing good about poison types
plus
in my
you're a
life.
psychic lover and.
Well, that
poison
shouldn't
and
matter.
psychic-
Poison doesn't do anything to me.
But
I can kill it
like,
so easily.
But you're not a huge fan of.
No, it's
Yeah.
pointless to me. But my number 5 happens to be the one Pokemon I chose that wasn't Gen 1, and it's Seviper. And I'm alone in this because
See, I don't like
I
Seviper.
love Seviper.
Well, we talked about this in the last video. I'm not a huge fan
He's
of
just too
James
common.
or Seviper. Seviper,
Why is he common?
I've
Well,
s-
Jesse has one.
and James has a Victory Bell.
I know, but here's
That's
the
common.
thing.
No, that's common.
No,
that's
it's
common.
not.
Anything
It's
about
in
Seviper.
in the game, he's used by your enemies. You don't see many people with a Victory Bell.
Because Victory Bell sucks.
No.
Well, who else am I going to choose? Zubat? Well, that's poison. That's used by my enemies. Muck? That's used by my enemies. Like the enemies tend to use poison in the first
You're
place.
right.
Like, Seviper is,
Poison is
in my mind, maybe it's just because I didn't play through Gen 3 as much, but it's unique
I
to me.
just look at him as
I-
being too common.
I love him
No,
because
no,
if
no,
he's a Viper.
Seviper is not common, dude. Seviper was not used
I thought he was
by.
water for a long time.
Yeah,
Really?
It was,
That was funny when
absolutely
I-
devastated when he wasn't.
Yeah, he thought it was.
You thought he was what?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I remember when we had this conversation actually.
Yeah.
But
But
no,
Zangoose and
was not
Seviper are like
commonly
two of my
used,
favorites.
Because Magma
And I'm
and
alone in
Aqua
that.
did not use poison types.
Wow.
No, they
then
didn't.
maybe I just because I've seen him in a lot of. different
I've never
pictures.
seen him. Like, anyways, that's my number 5. Go
I
ahead.
don't like Seviper just because he killed.
He's only
my,
one form.
He killed my Grovyle. Yeah,
See, that's stupid too. I think.
he should. Well, we talked about it in the last video.
Definitely should evolve.
Should evolve.
Yeah.
Should get an evolution. All right. My number 4 for poison.
If they evolve Seviper, they have to evolve Zangoose. You can't evolve just one of them.
Well, they
Yeah.
did that. They can because they did it with the Jinx. The Jinx behind.
That's different. Like, these two
Jinx is totally different from
like,
these two.
that would just be terrible if they did.
But I mean, like they left Jinx behind with.
I know, but
Electabuzz
that would be-
and Magma.
that
Well,
would
see,
be
at
terrible.
least Smoochum evolves into Jinx. You know what I mean? She has a baby version.
But yeah, so did they. They all got baby version together, and then they only got.
Zangoose and
No. I'm relating them to.
Oh,
Electabuzz and-
right. Okay, yeah. I
You
see what
can.
mean.
They can
Yeah.
leave them behind if they choose to. It's just that they shouldn't, but they can.
Yeah.
But if there's only two, it's a little different.
Yes. All right. My number 4 is a Pokemon we talked about with fighting. Here's my number 2 fighting. That's Krogunk. And
Nice. I like Krogan.
I like Krogunk and all. Ian doesn't like him because he doesn't like poison types, blah blah blah. But
Nope. The only poison type I like is my number 1.
there's not a lot of hard hitting poison types. Most of them are used for bulk. And
well,
they got
the
the
reason
same
is because he's also fighting.
yes, well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he has the fighting aspect to him that makes him
The same thing is like
more
poison
hard-hitting.
attacks are usually used to just whittle down your opponent.
Yeah.
Like grass.
Which is why so many grass and poison types are together.
Did you just buy that, Blake?
All right. Well, yeah. If you want to hear more of me promote Krogunk anymore and watch
You
our
whack
fighting
the old man
video,
with the rifle.
so Jake, you are up for number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is Venusaur. And if you'd like more information on Venusaur, please go to my grass video, because he is my second favorite grass type.
Alright.
Venusaur's sick.
Yeah.
Gen 1 for life.
My number 4 is Beedrill.
Nice.
I like Beedrill,
You know
which
what
is
the best
funny
thing about
because,
Beedrill?
ironically, I hate bees. But
You wouldn't be alone on that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who don't like these.
I hate them. But Beedrill is a drilling bee. Can you believe that? Can you just believe that? Yeah.
Go
Anyways,
figure.
yeah. I don't know, man. Beedrill is actually useful in Gen 1 because he's one of the few Pokemon that can actually learn a bug attack that's useful in Gen 1. Twin Needle.
Yeah.
So,
I feel he's more of a wasp.
whatever. I hate them all.
He's a bee, Kev. The name bee is in his name.
Well, I know, but he looks more of a wasp.
He's a wasp.
Yeah.
But-
than a bee.
He's
That's
got the
right.
skinny legs and everything. I don't want to go into it.
But yeah,
I just think Beedrill looks cool.
I think
Beedrill's a fierce Pokemon, too. He's not like a stupid... Like, a lot of poison guys, no offense, are kind of dumb looking. Beedrill...
This is the one time I'm actually gonna have to agree with Jake. A lot of them are stupid.
A
And
lot
I
of
hate to rip on one of your guys. I don't like Swalot and Gulpin. I think they look stupid. I think Trubbish and Garbodor look
ruining
stupid.
that, Ian.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
I think a lot of the
I'll-
bulky poison types look stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of them do.
And I mean, I
agree
guess
with you.
the thing is like it's tough to work with anything. I mean, what can you possibly think
Like
of
you,
with the poison?
I'll explain. I'll
I mean,
talk-
if you get to the point to garbage, then you're not really thinking very much.
Well,
so.
I think Beedrill just added the, more finesse, like,
Beedrill is
ferocious.
What I don't understand is why they didn't do more snakes. If anything, when you think of poison, you think of a poisonous snake, and they
Yeah.
have one. It's the viper.
No. Arbok and Ekans.
Oh wow!
How did
I don't know how you
you
forget
not
them.
think of them?
Snake and Cobra spelled backwards.
Wow! I don't know.
Wow, I'm kind
vice versa.
of disappointed in you right now.
Yeah. Anyways,
Koga's Beedrill, that is the coolest card in the world.
still only one.
Right,
I love that card. It's the holographic. It does 70 damage, I believe. And that's the sweetest part about it. So if you guys
I like Beedrill.
want a good Pokemon card, get Koga's Beedrill.
Alright,
Alright,
my number 3 is Bulbasaur.
Ooh, wow.
Ian is currently flipping me off, and you'll find out why soon enough. I really like Bulbasaur. Even though he's not my favorite starter for Gen 1, like I said, you can't hate any of the Gen 1 starters.
Thank you.
It's nearly impossible to hate any of the Gen 1 starters. And the only time I really start to hate starters is when they start doing the firefighting combination. And I know you guys like Blaziken,
Love Blaziken.
but
I don't like that he's firefighting. I just like Blaziken.
it's just that's when I started not liking the starters.
In fact, I would have liked it if you fire flying. It makes more sense.
It does make more sense. I don't understand why they didn't do it, but whatever.
Cockfighting chicken.
But that'd be another fight flying type.
I'd rather have that, honestly.
Nice.
'Cause I hate fighting types.
But yeah, so Bulbasaur, my number 3. He's a cute little guy. He's a cute little like toad-like thing with a bulb on his back. He fits in with the other 3 starters. Like they're all reptiles, which is really cool. And I just like him. I think he's a legit Pokemon, even though he can apparently learn Whirlwind.
My number 3 is Crobat.
Oh man!
How did you not think of
I don't
him
know how
again?
either of you guys missed out on this one.
I didn't pick it. I figured you guys would both have him.
Crobat's cool, man. When I first saw him, I was like, wow, this is really a good addition to Pokemon. And he's in Gen 2, which is really awesome.
Like, he was one of the first, like, added Pokemon, like, evolutions that they did really well. Like, the added evolution of Crobat was awesome. It made Zubat and Golbat, you actually wanted to catch a Zubat then.
Absolutely.
Just for a Crobat, because you wouldn't want it for, like, a Golbat.
You know, it's funny,
because Golbat and Zubat are just like...
I really didn't care about Crobat at all.
Really?
Really?
In fact, I always thought he was inferior to the other two.
He's such a fast, hard hitter.
He is. He's good.
That's great and all,
especially,
but I just don't see it.
See, I got a Crobat on my Sapphire, and I really, like, he was very useful for me in the game. And, honestly, I just think Crobat is an underrated Pokemon that... Alright, Kev. That looks...
He is not an underrated Pokemon.
Yes, he is.
He's
Kev.
part of the Elite Four, Jake. He's not an underrated Pokemon.
You're right. That's you're right.
Done. Not gonna
Boom! Crobat 4. Ian. Or 3. My bad.
My number 3 is Bulbasaur. Just go. I'm changing my number 2, by the way.
Why?
My number 2 was Nidoking. I'm just gonna say that, but I'm changing it.
Yeah.
And the pen.
Why didn't you just get rid of Bulbasaur then and just move him down?
I don't want to get rid of Bulbasaur.
Okay. Alright, my number 2 is someone that Ian just kind of knocked down a little bit. And I'm sure Jake's going to bitch at me for a little bit, too, about it. My number 2 is Gulpin. Now, I am not a fan of poison types, and the only, like I've learned from a lot of these Pokemon that I've recently become to love, is because of my Nuzlocke runs through Emerald that I've recently done. I got Gulpin right before Mawile City, the electric gym.
Oh, Mauville.
Mauville, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Mawile's a Pokemon.
See, I'm a little indifferent with Gulpin because I can't, to be completely honest with you, Kev, I actually caught a Gulpin and I was like, well, this guy's interesting, and I wanted to see what he could do, but he really wasn't that useful for me.
He's very...
He's difficult to train.
Difficult to train. But when you train him, he actually becomes semi-worth it.
And how is
especially as in a Nuzlocke run, he's super bulky.
Really?
Super bulky.
Here's the thing.
And that's what you want in a Nuzlocke run. And I began to appreciate him a lot because he can poison people. He can't get poisoned himself, which is really nice in a Nuzlocke run. Because that's
really the only reason I'd get a poison type is to get rid of toxic spikes or to not get poisoned. Mm-hmm. Like, that's it. Like, the other thing is, my only experience with Gulpin is I had him on Pokemon Coliseum as a shadow Pokemon that you get, and I actually used him a lot, but he was impossible to train, and I had to get rid of him.
He's a pain in the ass to train, but like I said, he's a good Pokemon. Oscar the Swalot is one of my favorite Pokemon. Because
I eventually got him to a Swalot, and I just didn't see it.
Because it just makes... I feel like Oscar is the perfect name for Gulpin / Swalot. It just makes me happy. And I love his mustache as a Swalot. But yeah, so that's my number 2. Jake.
My number 2 is Nidoking. And I think...
Mm-hmm.
What? That's the guy you changed?
Yeah,
I changed from Nidoking to someone else.
Oh, okay.
Queen?
Well, my number 2 is Nidoking, and I think we can all agree that Nidoking is a good-looking Pokemon.
Yeah, we touched on it on the ground episode.
A fierce Pokemon who is a powerful guy. Giovanni has him. Right? Does Giovanni have him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Of course, Crown Gem, which I didn't realize.
Yeah. Yeah, Nidoking's a cool Pokemon, and we touched on him in the ground video, so I'm not going to go too much into detail, but I love Nidoking. Ian?
Please get fucked up by Hippo.
Oh, man.
Well, this is awkward.
Anyways, my number 2 was Nidoking, but I've decided to change it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
She just got wrecked. You shoot that hippo in the ass.
Wow. Anyways, my number 2 is Golbat now.
Golbat?
Yeah. I honestly am probably the only person in the world who does not like Crobat compared to Golbat. I like Golbat more.
You might be, actually.
I probably am. Because everyone loves Crobat, everything thinks Crobat's awesome, looks more like a bat, he's like mad. I think Golbat is awesome. He's just a big giant joke.
He's just a giant mouth.
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
love
why
it
I
though.
don't like
Like
it.
I love his wings. His wings actually look like bat wings, and like he's got the little like cartoony feet and the tiny little cat ears, and like he just looks like a badass. And I love Golbat, and so he's
See,
too.
I started to like him when there was the episode where Ash faces Koga in the anime, and Koga has that Golbat. But I'm really disappointed with how they went about presenting him in Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2.
I just didn't like how they closed his mouth.
I hate how they close his wings, and I hate his mini game. It's so
I love his
irritating.
mini game.
It pisses me
His
off.
mini game is like my favorite thing.
Oh my god, that game pisses me off. And they just make Golbat stupid, I think.
Here's
They just
Golbat right here.
Yeah. They close his wings, and then in the mini game he's just like ow, ow.
I love
Annoying and useless.
I know it's annoying, but I think it's
And
hilarious.
it just ticks me off because I thought at first Golbat, like, I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. Like, he's not a stupid Pokemon, and they made him kind of dumb, so. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like him. I'm just saying I'm really upset with how they presented him in those
They probably
games.
could have done better.
Absolutely, they could have done better.
Alright, my number 1 is was mentioned in the bug episode, very first one. It's been a while since I mentioned the bug episode, and I will mention it in the water one as well. My number 1 for poison is Ariados.
Nice. I like that.
He is
Nice
one of the
pick.
few poison types that I would go out of my way to get. I love spiders. Like, I love the spider Pokemon. I think they look so cool. The nice slender legs. He's an intimidating looking Pokemon that you wouldn't want to mess with. I mean, it's bug type, but it still looks fucking amazing. It's kind of like a Beedrill in a sense, but I like Ariados more than I like Beedrill personally. I think it's just a badass looking bug, and I talk about it a bit in bug, so check it out.
Yeah. My number 1 is Gengar. And many people forget that Gengar is a ghost and poison Pokemon. Actually, all 3 of them are.
See, I always thought Gengar was Ghost and Psychic.
Yeah, me too.
Because he learned Psychic?
Me too, yeah.
He didn't learn Psychic.
But Gengar is a ghost and poison type, and he's a strong Pokemon at that. And I still stand by my my opinion that he's the strongest, or well, not the strongest, but one of the strongest Gen 1 Pokemon.
Hey.
Ian?
Well, I'm actually shocked that you, Kevin, had no reference to Gengar or any of them on there. I figured you'd have at least one of them.
Number 1's Haunter.
So my number 1 is Haunter. Thanks.
I ruined everyone's number 1.
Yeah.
No,
You ruined it anyways by saying Gengar, so...
Well, mine is usually pretty safe.
Yeah. Mine is Haunter. I love
You
Haunter.
guys
I talk
don't like
about him
any
Ghost
of the
how Haunter is
Pokemon.
like one of my favorite Pokemon in the world. Haunter. So honorable mentions. I have a few.
Honorable mention for
Venomoth.
I have Venomoth.
I was close to putting him on this
I have
list.
Venomoth as one of my options too.
And Tentacruel.
Ooh!
I like Tentacruel.
Okay.
It's the Zubat of the sea.
No, Tentacool is the Zubat and the
Oh, you said Tentacruel. I'm sorry.
Cruel.
Fair enough.
Tentacle's annoying.
Quillfish?
Ooh, nice.
Quillfish is an interesting Pokemon. It should have an evolution.
It should.
It needs to get an
I agree.
evolution very soon because it was the Tentacle of Gen 3 and they didn't do anything.
That's right.
with
It was what?
It was kind of like the Tentacle of Gen 3 because
Except it was Gen 2.
Yeah.
Quillfish is Gen 2?
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I'm disappointed in you.
I'm very disappointed.
You forgot about Ekans.
You forgot about a ground gym.
My honorable mention is Charbok.
Charbok.
Who else?
Honorable mention, Weezing.
Coughing, wheezing. Aspen can't stop.
Timing.
Oh my god.
I'm not even sure that was intentional.
No, it wasn't.
Anyone else?
You just started to choke. But wheezing, yeah, wheezing is a very... It's kind of... I don't like coughing and wheezing that much, but
Yeah.
I felt... one of my best friends...
I thought you meant literally. I'm like, well, no one does. I'm like, oh.
And Blake, apparently, it's one of his favorite Pokemon. But one of my best friends, is his favorite Pokemon is Weezing. And I wanted to make sure I threw him in there. Be a good sport.
Yeah.
Nice.
Next will be Psychic, my favorite type.
And I am going to get my anus ripped out.
He is.
Oh boy.
See you later.